Hi, it's Pamela. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you some timing tips for Toonly.
Hey, and welcome to the official Doodly YouTube channel. If you enjoy our content, please click the like and subscribe button below. Now let's get straight to the video.
Toonly is a powerful animated video marketing tool by the same company that made Doodly. Animated videos can build brand awareness, engage customers, and sell products or services. But like all marketing tools, it's important to use Toonly effectively, and that means timing it perfectly. Though Toonly is made by the same company that made Doodly, they do take different approaches to adding delays and adjusting the duration of the assets. So today I'm going to show you how to do this in Toonly. So first I want to talk about delays. So what do I mean by delay? I mean, when you have a scene, we might not want to see all of the assets, or in this case, all of these characters at the same time. Maybe we want them to come on one after another, and maybe we want, one to come in 10 seconds later than the others, or something like that. So let's just take a quick look here at this scene. This is the default superhero scene, and I haven't done anything to it aside from adding this title that comes up. So you'll see that they all come in after about a second. So we see the spotlight and then they all come in. And that's just how it goes by default. I want them to come in one after another. Maybe I want the dad first, then the mom, and then the kids. So how do I adjust that delay? And then likewise, maybe I don't want a full second and almost a half of nothing really before they come on. So in Toonly, you adjust this directly in the timeline. So let's go ahead and find the dad. So I'm going to select him, and this is his character. This is the one that I highlighted, and I want him to be first. Remember I said that? So I'm just going to drag him over to the beginning, or wherever it is I want him to come on. So let's say I want a half a second delay. So right now he's coming in at 0. So if I want a half second, I find the timeline. Right here's the mark for half second. So I'm just gonna slide it over. So there's a half second where we just see the spotlight, and then we see dad come on. So let's take a look. Half second, there's dad, and then there's everybody else. So let's have, I guess this is mom here. Let's have her be next, and then this girl, and then this boy. So let's select mom. And we know this is her timeline here, because it's highlighted. And I want her to be after dad. And how much time? Let's say 1 full second between each character. So if she were to come on with dad at the same time, I'd put it here, but I want it to be a second later. So at the 1.5 mark is when she comes in. And then the girl, we're gonna make her 1 second later. So we highlight her to find out, okay, this is her here. And so now we want her to come in at 2.5 seconds. So we just slide her down. And then the boy, I'm assuming is this one, yes. So we're going to put him at 3.5 seconds. So now we look, we have each one is a second apart. Let's go to the beginning. There's dad, there's mom, there's the girl, there's the boy. And see how they all disappeared? That's where durations come in. Duration simply means how long something lasts. So to change the duration of an asset, you need to select it in the timeline and then either shrink or enlarge it. A longer duration will make the asset last longer before it exits the scene. So these guys all exited one after another because their durations didn't change. When I moved them over, I just moved the whole little line for that character, their whole bar moved over. So now they're all exiting at different times. So let's just take one and let's make it go to the end of the scene. Boom. That's all you do is you stretch it. You could also stretch one of their actions. So see, I'm changing the length of time that this character is saying hi. I'm going to have them say hi a lot longer. And then I'll stretch idle over a little bit. And now, go back to the beginning, they're all going to stay on till the end. So dad comes on, then comes mom, then comes the girl, then comes the boy, and then they're all going to stay till the very, very end. Now I do have a second scene here, and I just want to show you how you can adjust the duration of music. So let's add a music track. So I think jazz hands will be cute for this one. And you just put it down here into the music timeline section. And you'll notice a couple things. It goes all the way to the end of scene 1. Now this is only a 9-second scene. What about scene 2? Well, it carries over, but then it abruptly ends at the end of scene 2. So how do we control all of this? Well, if you notice here, it says sound is controlled from the scene 1. So we go back to scene 1, and let's right click here. And you'll see by default it has play through, and that's why scene 2 has music. Let's turn that off. Let's just take a look and see what happens. Oh wow! I now have the entire track on scene 1, but there's only so much going on here. So it just depends on how you want to deal with it. Do you want to build out a really long scene 1 to go with this? Or do you want it to carry over to scene 2? Had you gone all the way to scene 1, you could shorten it just like before. So that's one option. Or let's go back. So now I've changed it back to play through so that it goes on scene 1 and scene 2. And right here, fade out. Let's do that so that now on scene 2, you'll see that the music is darker here at the end. That indicates that it's just going to fade out. And that will be nice. It will just not just abruptly end. See how it fades out. And then finally, as part of timing, I want to address the entrance and exit effects. So let's just take a quick look. Okay, so you may or may not like the way they come in and out of the scene. I'm okay with how they kind of popped in at the beginning with this little spotlight, one after the other. And because I also liked how we kind of staggered their entrance. So I'm okay with their entrance effect, but I did not like how they all kind of disappeared all at once, and then we just saw the spotlight, and then we moved on to the outdoor scene, and then you could see they had kind of bounced in. So how do you adjust all that? Well, you go ahead and click your item, and I'm going to command click to select all of them, and then right click. I have 4 objects selected. So remember, I said I was okay with how they bounced in, but I don't want them bouncing out. So I'm going to change it to instant. And that is fine. I like it just like that. So I'll just click somewhere else, and now they won't do that. So let's look. They just kind of disappeared, but they didn't bounce out. But now I still have this spotlight. So that means my hero's scene is just, see how it's a little too long compared to them? So I can just do that. So now they're all together, and boom, that's how I want it. I want that just to stay static like that. And then on scene 2, instead of having these guys do this, where they all just kind of bounce in, I'm going to do the same thing. Command select them at the same time, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to choose instant for these, and then instant after these. And that is fine. But notice, look, my house is longer than my characters, and the dog house also. So they're all going to disappear like that at the end. I don't like that. I want them all to stay. So I want to extend the duration of each of these. So again, let's command click or control, depending on your operating system. And then now I can stretch them together so that they all match, and they should not disappear. And there you have it, a few simple tips for adjusting timing in Toonly. I hope this gives you some ideas. Thanks for watching.